As soon as the U.S. import tariffs took effect, Canada and China also imposed tariffs of 10 to 25% on goods from the U.S. Starting at midnight on March 4th, all goods from Mexico and Canada entering the U.S. are subject to new import tariffs. Specifically, energy imports from Canada are taxed at 10%, while the same products from Mexico face a 25% tariff. Other products from both countries entering the U.S. are also subject to a 25% tariff. Additionally, all Chinese goods are subjected to an extra 10% tariff, raising the total additional tariff to 20%. U.S. President Donald Trump signed the executive order implementing these tariffs on March 3rd. Immediately after Trump's tariff policy took effect, Canada announced a retaliatory 25% tariff on $30 billion CAD worth of U.S. goods. A total of 1.256 products are affected, including orange juice, peanut butter, wine, beer, coffee, household appliances, clothing, footwear, motorcycles, cosmetics, wood pulp, and paper. 21 days later, another 25% tariff on an additional $125 billion CAD worth of U.S. goods will also take effect. This plan was announced by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on March 3rd. Our tariffs will remain in place until the U.S. retracts these trade actions. Otherwise, we will actively discuss with local authorities the implementation of non-tariff measures, Trudeau stated. On March 3rd, Ontario Premier Doug Ford also warned of cutting electricity exports to the U.S. in response to the import tariffs. Ontario supplies the majority of electricity to U.S. states New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. China also promptly announced countermeasures. Its Ministry of Finance stated that, starting March 10th, it would impose additional import tariffs of 10 to 15% on certain U.S. goods. Soybeans, sorghum, beef, pork, seafood, fruits, vegetables, and dairy products will be subject to a 10% tariff. Chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton will face a 15% tariff. China's Ministry of Commerce also added 15 U.S. companies to its export restriction list. The agency strongly opposed Washington's unilateral tariff hikes. A month ago, Beijing also announced retaliatory measures after the first round of U.S. additional tariffs, 10%, took effect. As a result, U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas, LNG, were taxed at 15%. Crude oil, farm machinery, and certain automobiles were taxed at 10%. Exports of several critical metals were restricted. Google faced an antitrust investigation, and 2 other American companies were added to China's blacklist. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is expected to announce the country's response in a press conference this morning in Mexico City. According to its Ministry of Economy, last week, President Trump warned that the new tariffs would take effect after a 1-month delay to allow further discussions with Canadian and Mexican leaders. He claimed that the flow of drugs into the U.S. remains at an unacceptably high level, and insisted that there is nothing left to negotiate. Mexico, Canada, and China are the 3 largest trading partners of the U.S. in particular. Trade between Canada and Washington exceeded $2 billion per day in 2023. The U.S. is currently Canada's largest trading partner, accounting for 76% of its exports and 64% of its imports. Meanwhile, Mexico was the U.S.'s largest trading partner in 2023. With a trade volume of $807 billion, the country exports crude oil, aluminum, and steel to the U.S., while importing American auto parts, semiconductors, and various agricultural products. As for China, according to its customs data, bilateral trade with the U.S. reached 4.898 trillion yuan, $668 billion, in 2024. However, the trade deficit between the 2 nations remains substantial, causing long-standing dissatisfaction in Washington. Last year, the deficit reached $361 billion. Thank you for watching the video. What are your thoughts on this? Share your opinion in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our latest content. Best regards and goodbye.